Hi, greetings, fellow sleuths. We'll look at the Nancy Drew CW series. Now it continues on with The Haunting of Nancy Drew. Nancy hides the wreath she vomited up and gets to preparing for her father's evidentiary hearing. Johnson arrives at the Claw to examine Lucy's bones. A new detective arrives at the Claw with a warrant to take over the investigation from Karen, which caused the team to try to hide Lucy's bones. Nancy confronts Ryan about his final email to Lucy, suspecting that his father wrote the email instead of him. Nancy and Ryan go to the place where he and Lucy were supposed to meet on the night Lucy died. They talk to the owner, who recalls that when Lucy left, a car with an eagle ornament was following her, and Ryan realizes that it was his father's car. The two then confront Ryan's father, Everett Hudson, who admits they talked with Lucy the night she died. He says he left Lucy at her house and saw her fight with her friend, Karen Hart. Nancy goes to the prison and speaks with Karen Hart about the night Lucy died. Karen recalls that Lucy arrived with her backpack and journal but left without it, so the items might still be in the house. At the Claw, tensions escalate with Nick and George, and the detectives search the cooler. Meanwhile, Lucy tries to drive Nancy and Ryan from the house, but Nancy refuses to leave until she finds Lucy's old journal. Nancy peels wallpaper, revealing things Lucy wrote, and Nancy finds her hidden journal in the wall. The detectives finally leave the Claw. Nancy and Ryan read Lucy's journal. At the courthouse, Nancy admits Lucy's journal as evidence. On the stand, Nancy recounts the relationship with Lucy and Ryan, and how Ryan's father retaliated to punish her. Lucy finally broke up with Ryan to make it stop, but by then too much damage was done. Nancy read Lucy's final journal entry, which is a statement that she was going to the Bluffs to kill herself. Nancy is confused about why Lucy's Sable is haunting her if she killed herself. The court authenticates the journal, and Carson is exonerated. Jude McGinnis tells Ace that he and his family are moving up to Augusta, out of Horseshoe Bay. That night of the Claw, George and Nick clean up and finally kiss. Bess realizes that part of Lucy's skull bone is missing, the skull having been taken and bagged by the detective. Ace and John Sander look over Lucy's bones. Sander gets a call from his lab about the results of the hair fragment. Nancy confronts her father because she knows he's still lying. He admits that he and her mother, Kate Drew, were there the night Lucy died while she was still alive. Kate got a call from Lucy and they both went to meet her. Lucy had just given birth and she makes Kate and Carson promise to take care of the baby and keep her safe from the Hudsons before jumping off the cliff's edge. Kate and Carson honored Lucy's wish and raised the child as their own. Nancy. Dun dun dun! So anyway, let's take a look at some trivia surrounding this episode. The pilot was filmed under this name. And now let's take a look at some production notes. When the show was given 9 more additional episodes for season 1, Linda Nogam decided to move up the series' twist to here. This is the last episode to credit Albina August as Karen, who played Karen Hart, as a series regular, as she's not credited in the following episode. So overall, this episode is pretty darn interesting, and yeah, the final twist, oh man, really gets you, so yeah. So overall, I give The Haunting of Nancy Drew 5 Deerstalkers out of 5. But anyway, tune in this week to go to the penultimate episode of the season, The Girl in the Locket. So, until then, remember everyone, the game's afoot.